Hey guys, it is that time. Pick a story where in one of these decks or all of these decks could be a story for you. So what I like to do, those of you that are new, I like to hold each deck up to the screen for you to see if it's resonating with your energy. And so we'll start off with deck number 1. Could your story be here? Is your energy resonating with this deck? Okay. Or could it be deck number 2? Could your story be here? Is your energy resonating with deck number 2? Or is your story here in deck number 3? Could your story be here resonating in this deck? All right, so we will go ahead and get started with deck number 1. We have Justice, Death, the Star, Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords. We have the Six of Wands, Four of Wands, and the Two of Cups. Okay, so central issue here. I feel that there was a need to restore balance or confidence within yourself here. And I feel that balance has been restored. I'm seeing immediately something in regards to a contract coming to an end. And maybe it was because you finally had some sort of clarity or understanding, or maybe you are no longer indebted to someone, or someone is no longer indebted to you. This can also apply to some sort of court or legal battles. It's like, okay, that case is over, we're done, we're sealing it, sealed and expunged for some of you. This can be finalizing some sort of divorce really soon. Something else I'm getting here. Oh yeah, and then like job related, there's something that's going on. Maybe you are ending your contract with the company that you work for, or maybe you're deciding to no longer work with a client if you're self-employed. Also, if you're self-employed, maybe this is ending some things to your business. Maybe you're changing things up. Maybe you're changing the name. Maybe you are just closing shop, period, doing something new. But, you've got some major arcana coming out. And I just kind of feel that there's definitely some sort of transformation happening. And I'm also feeling that, whatever is lost will be restored here with the Star. You might find yourself grieving or mourning over something. But the Star is here like, hey, we know what's best for you. This is the universe. This is spirit, giving you some sort of abundance. I feel that this is also like pouring down some sort of healing energy on your wounds. It's just healing and nurturing, and I feel that you are going to be able to overcome whatever it is that has come to an end. Maybe you lost your faith in something, but the Star is here to restore it. I just look at it as a card that is restoring something here. I also feel that this could be about you receiving some sort of messages in your sleep or in your dreams. Some of you are coming to another time of awakening. So because I'm seeing like your crown chakra actually being activated. Some of you may have let go of some sort of old belief systems. You buried it. You're like, that religion is dead. That belief system is dead. Whatever it is, because something else has been revealed to you here. Something else I'm getting here. Now, I also feel that someone is telepathically communicating with you or sending you some sort of messages indirectly here. Either creeping into your dreams, or posting things up on social media, messages that are for you but indirectly spoken. I also see this as someone recently leaving a relationship, like really. Okay, so I'm seeing this as either way, but as a couple of ways, I should say. But the main thing I'm getting, or the reason, what do you call it? Scenario that's sticking out most for me, this looks like a happy card. It looks like a couple, they're moving in together. Maybe they had the courage to confront each other, which still could be going on. Like something's going on where two people now have overcome their fears. They are burying the hatchet. They're getting ready to communicate with each other. But I also get a story where someone is trying to tell you that they had the courage to let go of a relationship. So it could be that someone is coming towards you because they've been thinking about you. And now that they have moved on, now that divorce has been finalized, now that they've moved out, or reached some sort of mutual agreement, they're ready to come towards you. Now, I mean, really all of this could be about, it's weird. It's more so I'm seeing two people agreeing to disagree, or agreeing to move on, or agreeing to let go. I do get weird energy, I can't lie. I'll clarify some things in a minute, but yeah, it's almost like I see two people agreeing to disagree, or two people agreeing to go their separate ways. But the star is like, it's okay, it's okay. You know, if this person isn't for you, there is someone else that is. Now, I'm also getting some sort of Aquarius energy too. I'm getting Libra, Scorpio, Aquarius, Gemini. Yeah, could be any of those signs here. Maybe even Leo. I'm gonna start clarifying. You guys have to forgive me if I go silent sometimes. Sometimes it takes a minute, or the messages don't jump off right away, or it's more so like me fine-tuning exactly what the strongest messages are. So let me look at death. I'm also getting something like someone stealing someone's energy. Someone could be trying to steal your energy or feed off of your energy. Someone could be taking what you share publicly and using it as their own. You might have to call someone out or set some sort of boundaries with somebody. Yeah, so I'm getting almost like intellectual theft. You may need to take someone to court so that they'll stop stealing or doing something of that sort. Need to put a stop to something. There needs to be put a stop to something. Okay, let me keep focusing. Someone was hiding a secret or something was sealed. There was something that you were unable to see. I feel like if there were any blockages in some sort of situation that you were in, that there won't be any more blockages. They're coming to an end. Things are winding down. Something may be getting ready to take place during Scorpio season. There could be some sort of reunion at some point. I also feel the Death card is about some of you who actually have someone blocked. Like you cut someone off. Like you're no longer friends with someone, or you decided that you don't want to associate with someone anymore. You're deciding to cut your ties. I see here 5 of Pentacles here. There was someone felt like they were being ignored or like their needs weren't being met. Someone turned down an opportunity. So you may have decided to just end it. So yeah, let's say there's a situation where you were giving someone a bunch of attention, even if it was unintentional. You just kept thinking about someone. Maybe you kept checking their social media. Maybe you were following them, even if under an alias name, whatever the case. And I feel like there was all this hope. But then after seeing some things, or after someone refused to return the attention or return to accept an apology, or something wasn't returned. So I feel like at some point, maybe you were like, you know what? They don't want to accept my apology. They don't want to make things right. Then fine, then I quit. I move on. It's a wrap. Now, I almost feel like the minute that happens is when either this person comes back around or the star is giving you someone new, like something's being replaced. And then after that happens, it's like, especially more so if, you know, like I said, someone's being replaced. I feel like then they're going to be snooping around trying to see, why did you stop giving them attention? Why did you stop messaging them? Why, you know, they're like, what's going on? This person was giving me all their attention. Now it stopped. What's going on? So then someone peeks around, tries to peek and see what you're up to. And they happen to see that you are actually enjoying your life or enjoying yourself without them. So I almost feel like someone feels the energy, like someone maybe feels your energy no longer in their energy field. It's like, what happened? This person was always in my energy field. I could feel this person, and now I feel like I stopped seeing synchronicities, or I stopped seeing their names, or, you know, just whatever the case. Now, keep in mind, the story can go the other way around. But I feel like if you recently cut someone off, you just said, you know what? I'm done. It's over. And you moved on from someone successfully. You finally got the courage to let go, even though maybe you still cared about them. they're going to feel that. They're going to feel that you truly moved on. Yeah, somebody was playing mind games. I mean, someone could have been giving you some sort of false hope. Now, those are situations that may be due to a friendship or a love situation. At a work situation, it could be that you just finally decided to move on. Maybe you just felt like that place was a dead end, and now you're interviewing at other places. Let me look at this Seven of Swords. For some of you, I do feel like it's about either an air sign spying on you or an earth sign spying on you. Or maybe it's two people that are mutually spying because something has gone too silent now. It's like, okay, this silence is like completely dead silence. What's going on? I feel like someone becomes nosy because something has been just too silent. Someone is also too afraid to approach someone directly. So they keep coming through dreams, or they're snooping. Okay, so I'm also getting a weird story where someone is sneaking off in the middle of the night, either to come to you or to get away from you. Or you have done this. You are sneaking off in the middle of the night because you're like, you know what, I want to let go of this person, this situation, this life, or whatever. So you sneak off in the middle of the night and leave somebody, or you decide that in the middle of the night you want to go and visit somebody. You're like, you know what, I'm just gonna go. Man. I'm also getting someone who is covering up their sadness or depression here. This is weird. I'm like getting a situation where someone wants to approach you, but they felt obligated. They didn't do it because they were obligated to someone else, especially like a baby's mom or their mother. They just felt obligated, and it was holding them back. There could have been a lot of things holding this person back from approaching you or coming towards you. For some of you, it does look like someone has decided to let go of whatever was holding them back. They're like, I don't want this person or this life or this job to hold me back anymore. So they're making some sort of decision to end things. So someone was undecided and couldn't make up their mind, and now they have decided to let one of these things go. Or you have decided to let something go, which in turn creates something new. You know how, I mean, you can apply that to a job too. So let's just say you were holding on to a job because that's all you knew, and you were like, I don't know how I'm gonna get money. and there was another job opportunity. Maybe you were hoping that you would find another job before quitting, but you end up quitting first and just saying, you know what, just forget the whole thing. I'm going to allow things to just happen naturally. I'm leaving. And you left the job, and it's almost like an instant miracle, where the dream job comes to you finally, or that opportunity opens up. I'm getting that too. Let me see. I feel like there's something else I want to say before I end. If I can't pick it up, then I'm going to go ahead and move on to deck number 2. I do get someone coming towards you with an answer or a message after a period of it being dead silent. But the way it's happening is secretive for whatever reason. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, I hope that helps or makes sense to somebody. So let's go ahead and move on to deck number 2. Five of Swords. 4 of Wands. Oh, and this is the Chakra Wisdom Tarot. I've used it before, but I don't hardly use it. 3 of Swords. 9 of Cups. Chariot. Strength. Oh. 3 of Coins. And 2 of Swords. Okay, so, central issue, I feel that there are some sort of power struggles, someone refusing to make a decision, refusing to move forward, refusing to open up. Someone turned their back on the other person. But then there was this opportunity to work things out. It's like, hey, let's finish where we left off. Even though, somebody turned their back, and then someone at some point say, hey, let's start over. Let's restore our pride or our faith in whatever. Something's going on. It's like this needs fixing. So I feel like some sort of opportunity to start over was offered, and then someone resisted or held out and was just like, no, like, I'm not ready, or we'll move forward when I say I'm ready type energy. I just feel like someone is being very, is practicing some sort of self-restraint or holding back for whatever reason. Now, sometimes I see this energy when someone is attracted to you, but they're in a relationship and they're like, I would if I could, but I can't, so I won't type energy. Me and my partner just started working things out. I can't respond to you. I can't message you. So it takes a lot of will to turn away from something that you're wanting. This can also be in regards to any type of opportunity that you had to work something out, work at a new job, restore a friendship. You know what? I almost feel too like if you apply for some sort of credit, they might say no. Or you might have to say no. Maybe you're wanting to charge something to your card, but it could. I feel like you're being asked to hold off on some sort of financial thing. Like it might put a ding to your credit. Hold off from applying for a new credit card. Hold off from taking some other loan. Something that I feel like you need to hold off on doing. when it comes to your finances. In a love situation, there's, it's power struggles going on, or at least it kind of starts off that way, where it could be some sort of mind games. I don't know why this girl reminded me of Rihanna. But it could be some sort of mind games being played, where two people are both holding out, and two people are very strong-willed. And so basically nobody ends up doing anything. It's like there's a stalemate, it's a draw, it's a tie. I'm not gonna give in to you, you're not gonna give in to me, so I guess that's it. It's over. And the Four of Wands is looking like, yes, moving on from something. It's like, okay, finally I'm moving on from something that was stagnant. But it's at the same time some sort of release or freedom. Maybe you got tired of arguing with people who weren't listening at the job. So you just said, you know what, I'm not going to argue with stupidity. You can't argue with stupidity. So you just kind of turned your back. Or you just went your separate way. I feel like you are removing yourself from some sort of stagnant energy, and is liberating. I feel like you're unable to argue your point with somebody, whether it's co-workers or love interests, or if it's, something that was going on. Maybe you're single and two people are playing the waiting game, and it's like, you know what? I don't think anything's going to happen from this. Like, this person is not talking to me. I refuse to chase them or pursue them. Like, I don't want to participate in this game anymore. So I feel that someone has decided to move on from something, and there needs to be some sort of healing. Because there were too many communication problems, which were also blocking I feel like your sacral chakra and your solar plexus. Like, all of these things were being blocked. So I feel like it's best to go ahead and let go of something, even if it's something temporarily. Now, if you are in a relationship, I feel that a relationship, like someone is saying, I'm moving out, or I think I'm going to stay at so-and-so's house for a while. I feel like there's some sort of temporary break because you guys can't see eye to eye. There also could have been some sort of betrayal, or someone feels like they've been stabbed in the back or hurt. And then, like I said, if you're not involved with anyone, if you're just completely single, I feel like there's been some sort of struggles going on in your life where you had to overcome a lot of things. Because of the things you've gone through, it gave you thick skin. And you are now someone who puts their foot down. You know how to set boundaries. But at the same time, I feel like you're having a hard time getting what you want here with this Five of Swords. It's still some sort of blockage of when it comes to communication, which leads to hurt. I do feel, though, with the Nine of Cups, that you are going to at least end up in a happier place, especially if this is about liberating yourself from a broken heart or something that was consistently hurting you. Maybe someone's silence was hurting you, and you were trying to be strong about it. Maybe this is just you finally being liberated, and now you're happy because you found your inner peace. Maybe you're now back to your normal self. Maybe your life had been on hold, waiting to hear from somebody, waiting to move forward, waiting for a job opportunity to be offered. You just, whatever it is, something, you just let go of that stale energy, and now you're happy, or now you're going to be happy. So here also with the Chariot, I feel like you guys are now maybe more driven. It's like you've taken your power back, and so you're going to be more focused and more driven on other goals in your life. I also feel that because of what happened, and like I was saying here, you're coming off as overcoming a lot and being strong. Both of these just kind of indicate that you have thick skin due to things that you've been through, and you've learned how to set boundaries due to the things that you've been through. I don't know too if you're being driven by anger now. Just looking at all this red, I don't know. But it is passion, so maybe you are now also inspired to follow something that you were passionate about, or maybe because you decided to let something go, it inspired you to do something new, and now you are just kind of focused on that and just looking out for yourself. I'm getting the energy of someone feeling like, what do you call it? Like the ending of a fairy tale. I don't know why I want to say that. Like the ending of a fairy tale, basically. Maybe some of you were living in la la land about something, and now you've had some sort of eye awakening experience, and you just no longer believe in fairy tales or something. You're ready to face reality or work with the hand that you were dealt. Okay, let me look at the Five of Swords. I'm seeing a lot of people turning their backs and stuff, going their separate ways, finding new identities. I almost get a situation where someone is like, I'm glad you hurt me, because had you not hurt me, I wouldn't have found myself. I wouldn't have such and such. I got off track. You know, I kind of feel like someone is like angry but happy. Like, I'm glad this happened. I'm glad we broke up. You know, something like that. Okay, so I'm getting, for some of you, you put your foot down with a possible fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and you no longer want to deal with them, or they no longer want to deal with you. I also feel like maybe you are realizing that someone only comes around when they want sex, and you're putting your foot down and you're like, I'm putting a stop to this. No more. I'm not letting this person just gallop in my life whenever they want to. And I almost feel like you put your foot down with somebody and then they do it too. So it's like, make sure you're not trying to close the door on someone hoping that they're going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, this and that, because I feel like they're just going to mirror your same energy. They're gonna be like, well, you know, I don't care either. Like, both of you guys would be too prideful to let your guards down at this point. So it's best to just kind of let something go for the time being. Yeah, I'm getting like some strong power struggles. This can even be, you know, career-wise, where you are consistently trying to get your point across. Someone keeps blocking you from being creative. Someone keeps throwing shade your way at work. Someone's just, they're not listening at the meetings. Like, all of this stuff. Maybe you feel like people are against you. And you just kind of get to the point where you're like, you know what? I can't win for losing here. I need to quit. I need to take a break, or I'm calling off. I need to make some sort of threat or let them know that I'm serious. That, you know, if they can't acknowledge me, if they can't be fair, then I'm just going to go. So I'm seeing you take some sort of strong action, and then you're being proud of yourself for doing it. because, like I said, because you do that, I feel like it's going to open up some sort of new opportunity. Now, I also got a brief message about somebody who could be in a love triangle where you know that they're in a relationship, but the person that they're with don't know about you. I'm kind of getting an image that their significant other saw your messages and deleted them, so this person never saw your messages. And they're kind of playing the game because they know their partner has done this before, but they're just trying to save or protect their relationship. They're kind of intervening. So I feel like they know about you, but they're more so trying to get rid of you and make it seem like the person that they're with is doing it. Like, had they not deleted that message, they know darn well their partner would have still been interacting with you. But because they did it, now you're like, well, what happened? We were just talking, or did they decide to go back to them? So yeah, someone is kind of sabotaging the third party situation. It's really messy because I do think maybe everybody does kind of know about everybody, but they're not really speaking about it. So instead of letting their partner end things with you, they're just like, well, let me end things. Let me delete their number out of here. Let me delete these messages. Let me just keep doing stuff. I'm going to go. I have their passcode every night when they go to sleep. I'm deleting, or I'm responding. Like someone, it could even be a situation where someone responded back to your message and was like their partner did it. They didn't do it, but their partner saw the message and was like, I'm staying with this person, leave me alone, you know, or such and such, or let's cool it off. I'll reach out to you at a later time. Don't text me no more. Don't call me no more. You know, they did something and you think it's the other person. I don't know why I'm getting that whole scenario. I know it sounds crazy and messy, but I just saw something like that. That's not going to be for everybody, of course. But yeah. So let me also look at, this Chariot. It's a really different take on a Chariot. I can see blockage. I can see emotional blockage. Matter of fact, I see that in about 4 cards where someone is guarding their feelings. They still have them, but they refuse to share them. So I also feel that at some point, either you are going to be torn between 2 people or you know, come at a crossroads, some sort of decision that you're having to make, or someone is coming to a decision that they need to make about you. But someone's torn. I think someone's going to decide to move on and suffer in silence. There's like this opportunity to communicate, and someone is like, I don't want to communicate anymore. I choose to protect my feelings versus hearing you out. Now, I also see that situation where somebody is coming towards you because they feel that the other person doesn't give them what they need. It's that same story. Oh, they don't understand me like you do. They don't get me, and they want to talk to you. So they're talking about they're leaving them, or they don't want to be with this person anymore. Or because they're going through some sort of temporary breakup or separation with this person. That's why they're coming back to you to try and see, is the grass greener on this side? Someone wants to escape a commitment, something that they were committed to, whether it's commitment for a job related situation or a romantic situation. It's like, I don't want to commit to this anymore. I'm unhappy in this marriage. I'm unhappy in this higher position. I thought getting a raise was going to make me feel better, but I don't like it. Something's missing. This isn't what is valuable to me. Maybe it was a monetary situation where someone was with someone for money and they're like, I thought money was going to be security, but actually I find more security in having an emotional connection, and I don't have that here. So I need a emotional connection to make me feel secure. So I just kind of feel like that could be some sort of conversation going on. I also see a situation where someone is realizing that they were holding on to someone who is toxic. Someone has been using the other person, or someone has been volunteering their own energy away. It's like, why am I giving all my energy to this person who is not returning the same thing? And it's like finally cutting someone off. It's weird though. Maybe it's because it's almost like the other person would be like, I didn't tell you to do this. You can cut your supply off to me if you want to. I never cared in the first place, type of energy. So I'm feeling like something has always been unrequited, but maybe you just didn't recognize that. I just kind of feel like someone is like recognizing or realizing that nothing's here. Like, this isn't home. This isn't what home should feel like. I don't feel at home in your presence. This is not what is valuable to me, or this has only been a physical attraction, or this has only been a sexual attraction, or this has only been a financial attraction. And this is, now it's making me think of that Travis. I always quote the lyrics to Travis Scott. I don't know why those particular lyrics pop up in my head, but the song Pornography. When what is that he says? I'm always quoting that same lyric. You remind me of my ex-crazy love. We designed our love around the drugs. Like, I'm feeling like someone is realizing that something was just an illusion or a drug or an addiction. It wasn't real. Decline. I do not know who you are. Yeah, so it's like they're realizing that they were just being used, or it was just an addiction. It's, you know, they thought it was something beautiful, or they kept trying to remove the spots off a leopard, but you can't. They were trying to paint a pretty picture, or someone kept trying to make a drug user seem like they were clean, but they weren't. It's like that's still not enough. Like, I keep trying to paint a picture over you, and it's just not working. So I hope you guys get what I'm saying. That I'm just kind of getting the image of somebody is not, whoever you were clinging on to is not the person you thought they were, or someone is coming to that realization about the person that they're with and wanting to come back towards you. It might be too late for that though. Or maybe it's, you know, maybe someone has been singing the praises about a job. You know, this is a fantastic job because it has, you know, it can open up doors. And then it's just like at the end of the day, like, I don't like being a slave to this company. I'm leaving. You know, so some is, you know, whatever the case, I just kind of feel like time to move on from some sort of situation that was false. All right, so we'll go ahead and move on to deck number 3. We have the Sun, the Wheel, the World, Queen of Swords, Two of Cups, Central Issue, Two of Pentacles, Death, Four of Swords. Okay. So this seems like, okay, like the first story, but a little different if you're watching all of them. Very similar. And then you got so many major arcanas out. So I feel like you maybe needed to clear your head. Sorry. I want to smell some incense while I'm doing this. Did it light? It don't look like it lit. Okay. All right, so it looks like you were needing to clear your head about some things. Maybe you decided to isolate yourself. Maybe you decided to go silent, take a break from communicating with people. Maybe you've been doing some sort of self-reflection. And I feel like during that period of time, you were undergoing some sort of metamorphosis. You were actually being prepared for some sort of ending here. Something that also could have started off as a temporary break or time out and ended up permanent. Maybe like someone was taking a leave of absence from work, using their, what do you call it, FMLA. And then it ended up, you know what? I don't want to work here no more. You know, I feel rejuvenated. I feel refreshed. I'm realizing that maybe this job has been draining me. Maybe it was a relationship where you thought you needed a timeout. And by taking a timeout, you're like, you know what? I don't like this relationship. It's a dead end. I'm going to end it permanently. Maybe it's just something about you, something that you were going through. You came to some sort of clarity or realization and it changed you forever. It looks like you also could have been juggling or holding on to something, or something was holding you back because you couldn't make a decision. You kept trying to resuscitate something that was dead, something that had no life, something that could not grow. You were trying to plant seeds in soil that was barren, like something just was not happening. And I feel like you had to keep learning from the same mistakes over and over again, you know, because you just were not getting it. But now you got it. So this ongoing thing that was going on, maybe you were in a situation, should I stay, should I go? Like even in a love situation where you had a love interest, rather. Maybe you were patiently waiting to hear from somebody. You never heard from them, but you just kept hoping. I hope I hear from them. I hope I hear from them. Just looks like that's over. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to hear from them. Whatever this is, you are being resurrected. You're renewed. You have new life. Something has happened to give you life again. I feel that you are now inspired. I feel that you are now happy. Something is very clear to you now. Maybe it's clear where you stand. Maybe you have clarity on the direction that you need to go in. But I just feel that you are now freed from some sort of cycle. Again, the theme showing up in all the readings is about liberation from something that was holding you back. So you are getting ready to move smoothly into a new cycle. This is a new beginning. This is a new phase, a new chapter in your life. You've got several new beginnings on the way. Matter of fact, there could be several new phases getting ready to start with you. Maybe you're getting ready to start a new career, a new love life, relocate, you know, like all of this is new. Like I feel like there's all these new transformations, think positive changes, you finally moving on, you finally letting go. Again, the common theme through these stories are something leads you to new love or a new connection because you were able to let something go. It's like now that you have completely released something, the door just swings wide open. All that time you had that little combination lock, turning a combination, you're like, well, maybe you knew the combination, but it wasn't unlocking. It's like, it's not working anymore, but this is the right combination. So then you just start guessing. You kept turning and switching, and it's like, and then finally you were like, I quit, and you let it go, and then the lock just like fell down, like plop, and it's just like, ah, it's open, it's open. You know, so something opens up for you, or is getting ready to open up for you, because you've decided to let go. You also could have been in a situation where, you know, maybe you were struggling with, should you relocate or not? Maybe you were too concerned about how you were going to do it and kept trying to replay over and over again, you know, what am I going to do? Or, you know, and finally you just decided to just do it. And the minute you did that, everything just started falling into place, or will be falling into place if it hasn't started happening. You know, it's just like you now are having that clarity. She has a little halo over her head. She's reached some sort of enlightenment after death. And then also with this being your thoughts, you know, this is you having some sort of clear thoughts. Now you know exactly who you need to be with, or someone now is clearly obvious to them, that you might be the one that they belong to or want to be with, whatever the case. Someone has clarity now. But it's like we had to go through a death or a transformation in order to see it. It's like as long as you were struggling or holding on to something, you just couldn't see it. But now you can see it. It's clear as day now. Something also, the sun can be blinding. So sometimes maybe something, you're too close to something to recognize it. This also could have been about your pride or ego, having too big of an ego. You're getting carried away, floating away. Or maybe you were getting too much attention from the wrong people, whatever the case. I just feel like this is now healthy ego. Things are balanced out. You are now moving with the flow of life here. You're moving with the law of nature. This definitely just kind of looks like nature, the cycles, how the sun rises and then sets. Like, I don't know if you were struggling against nature. You're like, no, I want it to go this way. I want to reverse time. I want to rewind time. And it's like, you can't reverse time. You can't make the moon come up first, then the sun, or, you know, whatever it was. You were trying to change something that wasn't natural, that wasn't flowing natural, and now you let go, and it works. It's like, okay, this is how I'm just going to go with the law of nature. I'm just going to allow things to play out naturally, and that's exactly what you needed to do. You also may be in a position where you are going to start inspiring other people to change, or something that happens in your life. You may be used as an example, you know, out in life for others to see that change is possible. Or through your experience, people are like, okay, I get it. Now I see, you know, now I see what I need to do. So because of your experience, because of your death and reawakening, you're changing the lives of other people. You could at some point become world renowned, or maybe you are dealing with someone who is world renowned. Something may be getting ready to be seen all over the world. You could be dealing with any sign, but we do have Scorpio coming out, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and maybe Leo. Again, same energies. So maybe many of you viewing these readings are kind of on similar life paths. I also feel that clarity, if clarity still has not come, then at least by Scorpio season, things will look up. And Sun moves into Scorpio, you know, around October 22nd. I also see some sort of continued changes throughout winter solstice, Capricorn season, beginning of winter. Maybe some of you are doing some sort of ceremony to enhance your life or to expand your knowledge. Something's happening where I just kind of feel like everything is falling into place for you. Oh, okay, let me look at the Sun. Yeah, you guys are going to have closure about something. Okay, so some of you are going to come to the realization of who your soulmate is. It's going to become very clear, very obvious, very in your face. Someone also may have the confidence to approach you or acknowledge you. Yeah, someone could be giving you, someone that you care about may be giving you a lot of attention. This also, like I said, it could be some sort of situation where you find the type of company or job where people acknowledge you and treat you fair. People show you that they care about you. For some of you, it could be with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Someone doesn't care anymore. Someone doesn't have whatever type of pride in a way. I feel like someone has their confidence back, or maybe somebody had to undergo some sort of changes. They just weren't themselves. Either you weren't or somebody around you. Somebody wasn't themselves. They were just stuck, depressed, dark, somewhere just like, I'm dying. And something comes back to life. They have life again. Maybe it took a friend to bring you out of that hole. You know, I'm thinking about, to my 80s heads, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Remember his friend Cameron? He kept thinking he was dying, and Ferris Bueller kept calling him. He was all happy-go-lucky. He kept calling him every few minutes like, you're not dying. It was like he knew his thoughts. He was like, you're not dying. Get out of bed. Come pick me up. We're going here. We're going to enjoy the day. You know, it was like maybe someone is pulling you out of this dark place. Or maybe you were just ill. Maybe you had to pull yourself up. And because whatever the case is leading you to some sort of connection here. So yeah, someone had a secret. Someone was also secretly claiming you in a romantic situation. Someone was secretly claiming you but not doing anything about it, either because they were obligated to their job or a relationship, and they just didn't have time, or they just couldn't. Circumstances were just off. But now that is changing. So someone will be coming out with the truth with how they feel about you. Or you may be revealing something like a creative project. Maybe it's a big reveal. You finally have, maybe someone inspired you to share something, some sort of talent that you had or something that you invented. And you're like, okay, I'm ready to shine, or I'm going to show it to the world now. Let me look at the Two of Cups. I do keep feeling like something starts off as a dream and turns into a reality. Something is going to be love at first sight. This can be with a person. It can be like if you move to a new place and the minute you land or the minute you drive into that new city or state, it's like love at first sight. The minute you start a new job, it's like, I love this place. Secret lovers, yeah, that's what we are. So somebody, it has been kind of like a situation where for some of you, if you were connecting with someone secretly, it's like, okay, we can go public now, we can be ourselves, we can be free. So I don't know what it was that could have been holding you guys back from being open, but you're able to be free now. You can express your love freely now. And then like I was saying about the dreams, like something goes from a dream and becomes a reality. Whoever you've been meeting up with or connecting with in a dream, it becomes a reality. Keep in mind, it's not always the person that you've been dreaming about per se. But, you know, like if you have been dreaming of being in some sort of relationship, I feel like it's something that is getting, like you've been prepared. Those were premonitions. They weren't just random dreams. Those were preparing you, like be prepared. You know, somebody's coming towards you and we just want to prepare you for it. So you've been dreaming and dreaming and dreaming. You've been in some sort of cocoon state. Maybe you've been single for a long time and patiently waiting, and now it pays off. Your patience pays off. The High Priestess also talks about, speaking of patience, she does talk about patience. So maybe you have been patiently waiting for this connection. It's coming. You're also being asked to trust your intuition. It's going to feel like you manifested this relationship. I say feel like it because I've got to start speaking in terms of the things that I believe, that especially with my experiences on my spiritual journey. And I told you guys that I had been on the fence about manifesting. And I shared that video the other day with the guy who studies astrology because that had been something weighing heavily on my heart for a while now. Like just trying to understand manifestation. And I believe astrology so much. And I was like, I really wish I could talk to like groups of astrologers, because I do hear astrologers say stuff like, you can change your birth chart. I'm telling you this so you can change that. And I'm like, can you really do that? You know, can you really do that? Or are they saying things to just make it positive? And when that astrologer was talking about, you know, how, look, I guarantee take anybody's life, and somebody thinks they're doing everything on their own, when you look in that chart, you're going to see that they were meant to do this, that, and the other. Everything they said they were going to do was already written in that chart. And that's what I'm saying. So to me, it's almost like, okay, so manifestation is an illusion then. So that's what I'm kind of getting here. And he is an illusionist. So something is going to seem like you've been manifesting. Let's just say you've been doing spell work. Oh, I've been doing all these spell works, and you know, I bought the perfect spell bath or whatever, and do it because you know you're still being guided to listen to your intuition. So you buy that spell bath, and presto, you know, 2 weeks later you're in a relationship, and you're like calling up the person who you bought the bath from. It worked. The candle worked. The bath worked. You know, and it's just like, really, all of that is an illusion. It was actually written in that birth chart that you were going to seek advice from this person that was a practitioner, and they do this, and right after that visitation and that ritual, this happens. So it's like oh, that's the way he explained it, which I already thought, but when he spoke it, it just really confirmed the things that I always thought. So how we talk about free will all the time. Yes, you have free will, but you've already exercised it before you manifest it. Once you manifest in clay form, which we're in that physical pentacle form, once you manifest in earthly form, you have to live out that will that you made prior to incarnating here. Get it? You have free will, but it's been exercised already. Your free will was picking out your parents, picking out your life. Like, I want to grow up this way. I want to learn these lessons. And you drew up that entire birth chart. You drew that. That birth chart is like your assignment. It's like, okay, you know, write out your life, make your will. That's, you know, a living will while you're conscious of it. Because once you go into that earthly form, you're going to forget about this whole thing. But this is what we have. This is what you're writing for yourself. So it's like you did exercise your free will. But when you come here and you start remembering things that you're supposed to do subconsciously, when it happens, you're like, I did it. I manifested this. It's like, it kind of looks like you did, but you actually are just playing out something that you've already predestined, that you already wrote. This is also destined. Fate. Wheel. It's the wheel. They got it spelled with a W, but it's also W-I-L-L. Now, I'm still learning about, you know, like language like that. But I mean, that's kind of like just two and two, putting two together. You're going to get confirmation. Like maybe you thought you were crazy. You're like, I'm crazy. This person hasn't been talking to me. Like I keep saying, Drake, keep talking to me in dreams. Like one day I'm going to take a picture like, yo, look, Drake working with my son. I'm going to throw that out there. Hopefully I predestined that already. But no, seriously, it's like, I feel like something does look like it's spoken to existence here. Spirit. This is spirit being spoken into existence. And like you thought you were crazy because you were dreaming all this stuff, and then it appears. It becomes some sort of reality, or it's clear. You get an answer. You get a response. And it gets confirmed that, yes, you and somebody have been interacting in dreams. Soulmate. Scorpio, matter of fact. Let me stop. But seriously, yeah, we do have 2 Scorpion cards out. But this does indicate that romantically you could be, you could be communicating with your soulmate. Maybe your soulmate was like, wait for me. I'm on the way. You know, they keep telling you in your dream, don't give up on me. And now they make an appearance. I do feel like someone wants to heal and work things out. You do have that, you got that connection with this person where it's telepathic. You guys are able to channel each other. You can tap into each other's energy and channel back and forth. This is a genuine love between two people. I feel like this is going to be mutual healing. Like sometimes we're like, oh, I'm tired of being the wounded healer. It looks like you guys are healing each other. You guys are healing each other. This is a mutual exchange. It's like, I heal, you heal. You do this for me, I do that for you, and we do it out of love. So, yeah, it's because someone's been trying to let you know. You were ignoring it at first. You were like, I don't believe this shit. And then all of a sudden, you're going to see that, yes, there's going to be a reunion. Someone has been planning on something in secret. They didn't tell you that they were getting ready to approach you. So for some of you, it is familiar energy. Maybe it could be an ex, not always. Maybe I've used this example before. It's someone that you connected with but never had a chance to fully develop a relationship or fully, you know, take things off. Like it had a difficult time starting off. What else I was getting ready to say? I forgot. But so point being, I feel like you guys have been prepared for this union, this perfect match. You're being perfectly aligned with a person, place, or job. Person, place, or thing. It's a noun. So yeah, you're being perfectly aligned. And for those of you that want children, yes, somebody chose their parents. They're like, I chose you. I want to be born. I want you to be my mom, and you to be my dad, and I'm coming down. Here, the baby of the seed. It's my spirit coming into you guys. So for some of you, yes, it's about that. All right, I'm done. I hope that resonates. Feel free to leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Many blessings to you.